Ravenwood. A small town, big secret, the legend of the Wraith, a vengeful spirit doomed to wander forever, the Wraith born from tragedy, a soul consumed by anger, seeking revenge on those who dared to enter the forbidden forest. Locals whispered tales of its wrath, its chilling cries echoing through the night, a warning, stay away, the Wraith of Ravenwood, more than a legend, a nightmare waiting to awaken. Four friends, Jake, Emily, Ben and Chloe. Teenagers, restless, bored in their small town. They craved excitement, danger. One night, a dare. To enter the forbidden forest, to prove their bravery, to face the legend, the Wraith, Jake, foolish. Emily, they laughed off the warnings. Leela dismissed the stories as mere fables. Carlos, they were wrong. The forest awaited, dark, silent, menacing, ready to swallow them whole. They entered the woods. Twilight fading, shadows lengthening, trees loomed like gnarled fingers, reaching for them. The air grew heavy, thick with dread. The silence was unnerving, broken only by their footsteps, crunching on dead leaves. Deeper they ventured, lost in the labyrinth of twisted branches and tangled undergrowth. The forest had them now. A sense of unease gripped their hearts. They couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched. The wind picked up, moaning through the trees, like a mournful spirit, whispering their names. Jake! He felt a cold spot, despite the summer night. Emily clung to Ben's arm, her breath catching in her throat. Lila tried to sound brave, but her voice trembled. It's just the wind, she said. But even she didn't believe it. Suddenly, a twig snapped. Behind them, they spun around, hearts pounding, but there was nothing there. They pressed on, eager to escape the oppressive atmosphere of the forest. Their pace quickened. Jake, as S2, we need to keep moving. We can't stop now. Then it came, a scream, blood-curdling, piercing the silence. It came from somewhere deep within the woods. Terror gripped them, their blood ran cold. They froze, listening for any sound. But there was only silence, an eerie silence. Emily, as S1. Chloe whimpered, we need to get out of here. Her voice shook with unshed tears. Lila as S3. She's right, we have to go now. Carlos as S4. Yeah, let's not stick around to find out what made that sound. They all agreed. They turned to run, but it was too late. Standing before them was a figure shrouded in darkness. Its eyes glowed red. Jake as S2. Oh no, it's real. The Wraith, it was real. They were paralyzed with fear, unable to move or scream. The Wraith spoke, its voice a raspy whisper. The Wraith as S5. You dared to enter my domain. Each word dripped with malice. Their hearts pounded. They knew this was their last night alive. Section 7, The Wraith's Revenge. The Wraith lunged, its claws outstretched, aiming for Jake. But the sound died in his throat.
No.
Emily closed her eyes, unable to watch.
Ben, get Chloe out of here.
Ben tried to push Chloe out of harm's way, but it was no use. The Wraith was upon them, a whirlwind of rage and vengeance.
Run, everyone, run!
Their screams echoed through the silent forest. Then, silence, the Wraith vanished, leaving behind only the echo of their terror. Section 8, Silence of the Damned. Dawn broke over Ravenwood, casting a pale light on the horrors of the night. The townspeople searched for the missing teenagers, their worst fears confirmed when they found what remained: torn clothes, a shattered phone, and a silence that spoke volumes. The Wraith had claimed its latest victims. The townspeople mourned, but they were not surprised. The Wraith was merciless and the forest forbidden. Section 9, The Warning. The legend lived on, stronger than ever, a chilling reminder of the price of defiance. The townspeople whispered they shouldn't have gone into the woods. It was a sentiment, echoed through generations. The forest remained, a place of fear, avoided at all costs, especially after dark. The Wraith was real, and it guarded its domain with a vengeance. Section 10, Never After Dark. Never After Dark. Those words etched into the minds of every resident of Ravenwood. A warning, a plea, a curse to stay away from the forbidden forest. When the sun went down, For the Wraith still walked among the shadows, waiting, watching, listening for the next unsuspecting soul to cross its path and suffer the same fate as those who came before. Never after dark, never again.